Let's take a look at doing a little bit of a concept check on the chain rule. So, for example, if h of x is equal to f of g of x, and we have some information about f and g and their derivatives, we're asked to find h prime of 1. So let's see how this might go. So we want to find h prime of 1, which means we first need to know what is h prime of x. So h prime of x is equal to, and we're told we have f of g of x. So f is our outer function, and g is the argument to the function f. So we're wanting to find that derivative. So that's going to be equal to the derivative of f, where we keep our argument the same, times the derivative of our argument. So, and that's basically the statement of the chain rule, but now we're going to apply the information we were given about the functions f and g. So h prime at 1 is going to be f prime at g of 1 times g prime at 1. And so what do we know about g of 1? We know that g of 1 is equal to 2, and we know that g prime of 1 is equal to negative 2. So we have h prime of 1 is equal to f prime at 2 times negative 2. Now, what do we know about f prime at 2? Well, we know f prime at 2 is equal to negative 3. So h prime at 1 is equal to negative 3 times negative 2, which gives us a positive 6. So h prime at 1 is positive 6. Let's take a look at our second example here. Let g of x, and notice we have a cubic function, so g of x is the function f of x cubed. And then we know some information about f and its derivative. And so what we want to do is find g prime at 4. Now, much like before, to be able to find g prime of 4, we first need to find what is g prime of x. Then we can evaluate that at 4. So, starting, we have g prime of x is equal to, and actually, let me restate g of x first. G of x is equal to this f of x function being cubed. So then g prime of x is equal to, we're going to use the power rule on the outer function, which is a cubic function. And so we'll have 3 times, we leave the argument alone, squared. So f of x. 3 times f of x squared times the derivative of the argument. And at this point, we have our derivative, so we can start to find out what is g prime at 4. So g prime at 4 is equal to 3 times f of 4 squared times f prime at 4. And we do know what f of 4 is. F of 4 is negative 4. So we're going to replace f of 4 with negative 4. And we know that f prime of 4 is equal to 2. So g prime of 4 is equal to 3 times negative 4 squared times 2, which is 3 times 16 times 2. So g prime of 4, 3 times 16 is 48, and 48 times 2 is 96. So g prime of 4 is equal to 96. I hope you find this helpful.